What's going on, everybody? At 0626, and it is that time of year again, the time of year where I like to talk about periodically about New York sports. As some of you guys may know, I am a Yankees, Giants, Rangers, and Knicks fan, hardcore for all four, and I'm going to talk about that throughout the course of this video today. Before I do, this is a gameplay on Bacardi on PlayStation 4 Verdun, and I absolutely fucking enjoyed this one. We had a rough outing in the beginning, in the first half of the game, but after that point, we were able to actively slap the shit out of the enemy team because, well, they were just absolutely terrible. But it is what it is. Also, go follow me on all the social media links you see down in the description below. And of course, as always, subscribe and listen to the 69 Whiskey Podcast. So, New York sports. I think it's apropos, or I would be remiss in saying we're not starting with the New York Giants. Now, obviously, it's made headlines throughout the course of the last week or so. The New York Giants lost a playoff spot because the Eagles tanked in the fourth quarter because they're a poverty franchise and they're pieces of shit. Now, while I am upset at the Eagles for doing what they did, which actively fucked my Giants out of a playoff spot, I do 100% agree with the argument that the Giants should not have even had a chance to make the playoffs to begin with, because no team that goes 6-10 should even be allowed to be in the playoffs. Because we had several key games throughout the course of the season that were winnable that we did not win, especially after that little streak that we had. We had like a 4 or 5 game win streak. We had a little win streak on that, and then for some reason, after the Arizona loss is where we really started to lose games that we should not have lost. But it is what it is, you know. Unfortunately, because the Giants were just completely inept in several cases throughout the course of the season, our fate was not up to our own hands, and of course we had to rely on Washington to lose, and lo and behold, they did not. I didn't expect them to lose anyway, because I expected the Eagles to suck balls regardless of whether they were trying to tank in the fourth quarter or not, because, again, Philadelphia is a poverty franchise, and Doug Peterson is a shithole coach. Case in point, look at his track record throughout the course of the season. Fucking terrible. So anyone saying the Giants suck needs to take a hardcore look at the Eagles, because they're fucking garbage, especially this season. Same thing with the Cowboys. Cowboys fucking blew all season too. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I don't give a fuck about the whole Dak situation, as unfortunate as that is. Injuries happen, you have to adapt. It seems as though Dak was the best player on that fucking team. Now, next up, we got the New York Yankees. Now, it's January, so baseball isn't happening yet. We still have a couple months till spring training. However, I strongly suggest the New York Yankees to fucking re-sign DJ LeMahieu. I mean, why the fuck are we not giving this guy what he wants? I understand that he wants a lot of money for a significant amount of time, but I can't see why we can't meet in the middle. I also think DJ, I mean, this might be completely outdated by the time I upload this, but as far as I'm concerned, re-sign DJ LeMahieu. I don't care what it takes. If you don't want to give him the amount of money he wants, try and meet somewhere in the middle of that, where it's close enough to where he's still enticed to re-sign. Because the last thing I want is him going to a different fucking baseball team where he's going to be hitting dingers all fucking year against us, which I don't want to deal with. So, I don't even know. As far as I'm concerned about the Yankees, they need to fucking win the championship this year. Last year was our year to do it. I said this before and I'll say it again. It was our year to do it, and the year before that, especially with the shortened season this last season. And we fucking blew it. We fucking blew it, and we deserve to blow it because our team, once again, is fucking inept at certain things and getting clutch hits when we need it most. It happens to us every fucking year. At this point, I don't I wouldn't be surprised in the next year or two if the entire core of the team starts to go away, where it's like, Judge may leave and a couple other guys may leave. I don't know what the contract situation's looking like, but I would not be surprised that several key players could leave the team before in the next year or two, because they're just not winning when they should be winning. I mean, to be honest with you guys, we should have won against the fucking Astros several times already, regardless of the cheating scandal or not, which I still fucking think Rob Manfred's a piece of garbage. So that's just me. Now it's time to talk about the Rangers, another team that failed to show up in the playoffs when they had the extended playoffs for the NHL. I was severely disappointed. I didn't have high expectations, but I had expectations, and those expectations were not met. I was fully convinced throughout the course of the playoffs in the bubble, fully convinced that we, on paper, were going to destroy the Carolina Hurricanes. Because the Carolina Hurricanes, as I like to say, are a poverty franchise, especially in the NHL. They fucking suck. They didn't even, to be honest, they didn't deserve to be anywhere near a fucking playoff spot, but it is what it is with the situation that was given. So, we go to this, I mean, everyone on the New York Rangers Twitter was hyped, saying, oh yeah, we're going to fucking beat the Hurricanes. We didn't stand a chance. They completely outplayed us in every way, shape, and form. Our key scorers did not score when they needed to. There was tons of missed opportunities. Defense fell apart consistently. And now Henrik Lundqvist is no longer on the team, a team that he gave his life to. Literally, the man's pretty much about to fucking die of a heart problem. God forbid, I hope not. Please, God, save King Henrik. That's all we ask. If it's one thing that we can do for him is at least keep his ass alive. But regardless, I'm not shocked Henrik Lundqvist left either, because he was aging and we needed to have a young goalie core, or a young goaltending core, excuse me. That'd probably be the better term. But all I'm saying is the Rangers have a lot of high expectations, especially with how young they are. I think the playoff opportunities they did have gave them a lot of experience. However, I don't know what's going to happen this year. I mean, we have a lot of key players that we drafted, especially that, I can't even say his name, Alexis or Alex Lafreniere? I don't know. You know who I'm talking about, the guy that everyone was losing their shit about in the draft lottery. But regardless, I just think I'm very worried about the Rangers this year. So I hope to God they can win the cup. I can't deal with this. Speaking of winning championships, it seems as though the Knicks are on the right track as well. What's his name? Thibbs is what I like to call him. That guy's a godsend. I don't know what he's done to the Knicks, but I can just tell that we're playing so much harder, even when we're losing by a decent amount of points. Like, we are playing so much harder. And he's like a coach that gives a shit. Like, you've seen the memes at this point. Thibodeau is like, he's like sitting there all pissed off at the fact that we're like winning and stuff. I'm sure he was smiling, but it looks like he's like upset about something. And there's the meme of Fizdale, that jerk off, our previous coach, head coach anyway. He's smiling at us losing by damn near 50 points. So fuck Fizdale. And but honestly, I have a lot of high hopes for the Knicks. I don't expect them to be big playoff contenders, but if they can keep on the roll that they've been on, because I see a lot of promise in this team. This team is young. This team is hungry. I just see a lot of promise. I see a vast improvement. I saw a vast improvement when what's his name, Mike Miller was our head coach after they fired Fizdale. Like, I saw a lot of promise there too, and I wanted Mike Miller to be the head coach going into the next year, but I guess things didn't work out that way. But it seems as though we got Mike Miller 2.0 in Thibs, where he should be, I think he's going to be, I have a lot of high hopes for him. I think he's going to be a good head coach for us. And I feel like as though the meme of the New York Knicks in the NBA is finally going to be quieted, for lack of better terms. That is, unless Dolan sells the team, which, God willing. But who knows? I mean, Dolan seems to be okay with what's going on. Hopefully he doesn't fucking meddle too much in what we're trying to do, because I feel as though that we have a chance to have a pretty good team on our hands going into this season, which I'm already pretty impressed right now. We've lost a couple games that we should not have lost, but it is what it is. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. For the love of God, someone please win a championship this year.